Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. We are only a few hours away from WWE SmackDown. Triple H has booked a compelling show for tonight. 3 matches have been announced for this week's Friday night show, including 2 title matches. That said, the game may have other surprises in store for the Blue Brand show. Here, we look at 3 last-minute twists Triple H can book for WWE SmackDown this week. So, without further ado, let's begin. 3. Roman Reigns shows up out of nowhere. Roman Reigns returned at SummerSlam and appeared on SmackDown in the following weeks, single-handedly destroying Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline on the Blue Brand. That was until last week when Jacob Fatu returned from his injury and subjected the original tribal chief to a brutal attack. The former Universal Champion has not been advertised for tonight's edition of the Blue Brand. However, in a shocking turn of events, Roman could give Solo's Bloodline a taste of its own medicine by launching a vicious attack from behind during the faction's promo segment. Alternatively, Roman could cost the Bloodline the WWE Tag Team title by interfering in a potential scenario when the referee is knocked out. 2. WWE Tag Team Championship match canceled. The Bloodline's Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga are scheduled to put their WWE Tag Team Championship on the line tonight against the Street Profits, who defeated #DIY last week to earn a shot at the title. The Bloodline habitually uses its number advantage to decimate its opponent. Hence, the Solo-led faction could take out the Street Profits before the match, leading to the title match getting canceled. Later, the Triple H-led creative team could book a triple threat match for the tag title by inserting #DIY into the mix at the Bash in Berlin Premium Live event. 1. AJ Styles returns and attacks LA Knight after the megastar's title defense. AJ Styles has not appeared on WWE television since Clash at the Castle, where he failed to defeat Cody Rhodes in an I Quit match. Before locking horns with the American Nightmare, the Phenomenal One was embroiled in an intense rivalry with LA Knight. The megastar will defend his United States Championship against Santos Escobar tonight. There's a high chance he would retain his gold, following which Styles can make a surprise return on the Blue Brand and attack Knight. This would set up a massive title feud for LA Knight and would also allow Styles to pursue a heel run as he intends. Bitter rivals, hungry former champions, 7 WWE stars who could feud with the Bloodline amid Roman Reigns' absence after putting Roman Reigns through the announce table on last week's episode of SmackDown. The original tribal chief could be off WWE programming for a few weeks. Brutal attacks like those done to Reigns, Paul Heyman, Jimmy Uso, and Kevin Owens are used to write those performers off TV for varied amounts of time. When the head of the table does come back, it will be for the build to his first match since WrestleMania. While Solo Sikoa waits for that to happen, the next 7 WWE stars can oppose the tribal heir and his bloodline. 5. The Bloodline stole the WWE Tag Team titles from DIY. Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga may have beaten Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano for the titles, but it wasn't a dominant showing. DIY held its own against the hard-charging Bloodline. However, outside interference from Solo Sikoa and Tonga Loa secured the titles for the New Look faction. The quick swap was disappointing for Johnny Wrestling and the Blackheart as they were 2 of the most important stars in NXT history. Gargano and Ciampa had to go through a mini-tournament just for another shot to regain the titles. They lost to the Street Profits but deserve a fair rematch. They can keep the Bloodline busy while Roman Reigns recovers. 4. LA Knight is one of SmackDown's top faces. LA Knight will defend the United States Championship against Santos Escobar this Friday on the Blue Brand. Since he holds one of SmackDown's top prizes, it only makes sense for Sikoa to target more championships. Fatu and Tonga will defend the WWE Tag titles on the same episode of SmackDown. He couldn't pry the undisputed WWE title from Cody Rhodes, so he could potentially pivot to a former enemy of the Bloodline. The megastar has battled Escobar several times over the last 2 months, so he needs a new opponent. Knight is one of the top faces on the Blue Brand, so pitting him against the Bloodline will provide him with a huge obstacle to overcome. He could even begrudgingly stand by Reigns whenever he returns. 3. The Street Profits are hungry for a championship. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins haven't held tag team gold in over 3 years. Unifying the titles severely limited which teams would become champions. Since WWE wanted to prop up the bloodline, this greatly affected the Street Profits. Fatu and Tonga may retain the titles against the Street Profits because of interference from the bloodline. Ford and Dawkins will feel cheated and keep going for the titles. It could possibly even lead to a 4-on-4 match pitting Solo Sikoa's minions against DIY and the Street Profits. 2. Kevin Owens and AMP, number 1. Cody Rhodes have opposed the bloodline. Solo Sikoa still thinks he should be the undisputed WWE champion. If not for Roman Reigns returning at SummerSlam, Sikoa believes he would have beaten Cody Rhodes. If his faction isn't booked at the Bash in Berlin, it's a strong possibility that they could crash the title match between Rhodes and Kevin Owens. It would assert their influence over the title picture while also telling Rhodes that they're still coming for his title. The American Nightmare and the Prizefighter can have a match that doesn't involve a heel turn. Battling Owens and Rhodes while Reigns is absent could add new layers to the relationship between Owens and Rhodes. The WWE Universe has been buzzing with anticipation ever since Triple H announced a blockbuster title match for tonight's WWE SmackDown. The match, scheduled to feature Roman Reigns defending his undisputed WWE Universal Championship, has had fans on the edge of their seats. But in the unpredictable world of WWE, nothing is ever set in stone. Rumors have been swirling that a huge title match might be canceled out of nowhere, leaving fans and superstars alike stunned. With Triple H in charge, anything is possible, and there are 3 last-minute twists that could completely change the landscape of WWE SmackDown tonight. Twist 1. Roman Reigns returns out of nowhere and demands a new challenger. Roman Reigns has been the face of WWE for the past few years, and his dominance as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion is unmatched. However, Reigns has been absent from SmackDown for a few weeks, leading to speculation about his status. Just as the WWE Universe is preparing for the scheduled title match, the familiar sound of the Head of the Table theme hits, and Roman Reigns makes a shocking return to the blue brand. As Reigns strides down to the ring, his confident demeanor and imposing presence send shockwaves through the arena. He grabs a microphone and addresses the crowd, declaring that he's been keeping a close eye on the competition during his time away. Reigns claims that he is unimpressed with the current challengers and demands a new opponent worthy of facing him for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. This sudden return throws the entire show into chaos as Triple H scrambles to find a suitable challenger for Reigns. The scheduled title match is immediately canceled, leaving fans disappointed and intrigued at the same time. However, Reigns isn't done yet. He states that he wants to face someone who has never had the chance to challenge him, someone who is ready to step up and prove themselves. The WWE locker room holds its breath as superstars like LA Knight, Karrion Kross, and even AJ Styles vie for the opportunity to face Reigns in a surprise match later in the night. In a shocking turn of events, a surprise challenger emerges from the shadows, Jey Uso. The tension between Reigns and his cousin has been well documented, and Jey's desire to step out of Reigns' shadow and prove himself as a worthy champion leads him to challenge the tribal chief once more. The stage is set for a high-stakes family showdown, with the WWE Universe eagerly watching to see if Jey Uso can finally dethrone Roman Reigns and claim the title for himself. Twist 2. The Bloodline implodes. Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso betray Roman Reigns. The Bloodline has been the most dominant faction in WWE history, but cracks have been forming in the foundation of the family. Tensions between Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Jimmy Uso have been building for weeks, and tonight, those tensions could reach a boiling point. As the scheduled title match approaches, Reigns prepares to defend his championship, flanked by Solo and Jimmy. However, just as the match is about to begin, Solo and Jimmy suddenly turn on Reigns, attacking him with brutal precision. The WWE Universe is left in shock as Solo and Jimmy deliver a devastating beatdown to the tribal chief, leaving him lying motionless in the center of the ring. With Reigns incapacitated, Solo and Jimmy grab the microphones and reveal that they are tired of living in Roman's shadow. They claim that they are the true powerhouses of the bloodline and that it's time for them to step out from under Roman's control. Solo declares himself as the new leader of the bloodline, while Jimmy vows to take down anyone who tries to stop them. Triple H, sensing the magnitude of the situation, rushes out to the ring and announces that the scheduled title match is officially canceled. However, he declares that the bloodline will implode in the main event as Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Jimmy Uso will face off in a triple threat match for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. The WWE Universe is stunned by the announcement, knowing that this match could mark the end of the bloodline as they know it. The match itself is a brutal, emotional affair, with all three men pulling out all the stops to prove themselves as the true head of the family. The WWE Universe watches in disbelief as the once unbreakable bond between these family members shatters before their eyes. The question remains, will Roman Reigns retain his title and his position as the leader of the bloodline, or will Solo or Jimmy seize the opportunity to rise to the top? Twist 3. Paul Heyman reveals a new enforcer. Braun Strowman returns. Paul Heyman has always been one of the most cunning and resourceful managers in WWE history, and tonight, he may have one final ace up his sleeve. As the scheduled title match is about to take place, Heyman comes to the ring and announces that there have been some unforeseen circumstances that have led to the cancellation of the match. The WWE Universe boos loudly, frustrated that they won't see the title defended tonight. However, Heyman quickly shifts the focus, revealing that he has been working behind the scenes to secure a new enforcer for Roman Reigns, someone who will ensure that Reigns' reign as champion continues for the foreseeable future. Heyman smiles slyly as the arena goes dark and the sound of heavy footsteps echoes through the speakers. The crowd erupts as Braun Strowman makes his thunderous return to WWE, storming down to the ring with a determined look in his eyes. Strowman, who has been absent from WWE for several months, immediately makes his presence known by destroying anyone who dares to step in his path. The WWE Universe is left in awe as Strowman stands tall in the ring, a terrifying reminder of the power that Reigns and Heyman now wield. With Strowman by his side, Reigns' dominance seems more secure than ever. Triple H, recognizing the magnitude of the situation, steps out to announce that while the title match is indeed canceled, Strowman will make his in-ring return tonight in a high-stakes match against one of SmackDown's top superstars. The WWE Universe is treated to a monstrous battle as Strowman decimates his opponent, sending a clear message that he is back and ready to wreak havoc on anyone who crosses his path. As the show comes to a close, the WWE Universe is left in awe of the twists and turns that unfolded throughout the night. Roman Reigns' return, the Bloodline's potential implosion, and Braun Strowman's shocking comeback have left fans eagerly anticipating what comes next. One thing is certain, when Triple H is in charge, anything can happen on WWE SmackDown.